Danganronpa has a track record of being quite simple and easy when it comes to gaining achievements or 100% in the game. Danganronpa 1's hardest achievements require just doing everybody's free time events, which isn't hard at all. Danganronpa 2's hardest achievements consist of doing some extra stuff with the Monami bonus game, which requires some questionable fun around it. But Danganronpa v3 kinda just blew all that out the water and actively wants the player to hate what they're doing for some of these achievements, as what would come from simple tasks turn into hundreds of hours of grinding. So in this video, I'll be going over some achievements in Danganronpa v3, with one of them proving to be described as one of the hardest, most impossible achievements in the Danganronpa series. A lot of people like to refer to this online as the Monolith task, and it's actually caused many people in the community to create external programs just to help them get the achievement. It's that crazy. So as of recently, I've been trying to get every achievement in Danganronpa v3, and the time of recording this video, I have every achievement apart from the most impossible achievement, which actually inspired me to create this video. But let's just get onto the achievements since you all are here for that. I'll be describing these achievements into 3 different categories: story, bonus, and bullshit. These categories don't really need explaining since the titles kind of just say what they are. In the story section, we have achievements that are unlocked via playing or beating the game's story. These achievements are clearing each chapter, other important story events such as unlocking new areas or entering the virtual world, and lastly some gameplay stuff such as refuting an argument, completing a character's free time events, or using a love key. As you can see, these achievements aren't really hard to get at all, and you kind of just get them by beating the main story. So there's nothing too special here, since you just kind of get these as you play the game. In the bonus section, we have achievements unlocked via the bonus modes or other means. We have completing the ultimate talent development plan with 1 student, slap around at least 1,000 times, defeat the first boss in the Monokuma's test, achieve an S rank in various casino minigames, completing everybody's free time events, finding a hidden Monokuma, and collecting every present. These achievements do require hours of playing to get, however it doesn't feel forced, and it's more just extra content for the player to get wrapped into. So even if it does require a lot of hours to do, it's still really fun in the end. However, now we move on to the bullshit section, which I will be going into more detail on how to complete these and why it's really painful to actually 100% this game. V3 complete. Masterful Development. You'll never know if you don't go. True discipline comes from within. Overcoming true fear. And lastly, the hardest one to get, Monolithic Achievement. V3 Complete is an achievement done by unlocking the entire gallery. You may think this isn't hard at all, however, since your mono coins don't go higher than 999, you will have to grind more mono coins since the entire gallery is worth way more than 999 mono coins. This also includes completing everybody's free time events as Kaede, which requires you to restart chapter 1 around 7 to 8 times, as Kaede only has 4 free time event slots. It also doesn't help that certain characters don't actually progress their free time event with Kaede unless it's on certain days, which with this and the fact that you have to constantly restart chapter 1 proves this to be more annoying than anything. You'll never know if you don't go. This achievement is done by taking every alternate route in the class trials. In case you don't know what this is, Danganronpa v3 introduced a new thing to the class trials where you can take certain alternate routes. And these alternate routes would come with different dialogue choices, which is, it's nice to see what different things they say during the trials, but it's nothing too much. There are 2 of these in each trial except for the last class trial where there is none. So thankfully we don't have to redo that trial. However, the reason why this is in the bullshit category is because in order for these achievements to count, you actually have to beat the entire class trial all over again. So in reality, you have to replay every single class trial, which, as you know, Danganronpa v3 has the longest class trials out of the whole series, and this will just take hours on hours, even if you skip all the dialogue. And the other reason is because in order to activate some of these alternative routes, without a guide, you wouldn't be able to figure these out at all. You would need a guide, and you could just say that most people get guides in order to complete achievements, but if you actually want to take these alternate routes without looking it up, you're not going to figure this out. True discipline comes from within. This achievement is getting level 99 on the main game, which this isn't hard at all, but it just requires a lot of grinding. In order to level up in this game, it requires you to either walk around, talk to people, interact with objects, or acquire truth bullets. The only reason this is here is because how annoying it is, and it feels very similar to V3 Complete, where it's just annoying, and the best strategy I found to this is that you have to replay the same investigation over and over again. And in my opinion, I really wish this wasn't the case and we could just play some other fun minigames or anything else to level up quicker. But no, you have to keep on grinding and resetting, and it's just a pain. The next two achievements, Masterful Development and Overcoming True Fear, come from the two bonus modes, Ultimate Talent Development Plan and Monokuma's Test. I won't be going into much detail about these two modes as I want to save that for a whole video I have planned discussing these two modes in great detail. But basically, the Overcoming True Fear achievement requires you to defeat the final boss, which isn't easy at all. Even if you max out your character's stats, this final boss is on the 100th floor, meaning that you've got to go through 99 floors of different bosses and enemies to even get there. So with this mode, it just requires you to keep on playing and grinding non-stop. From my personal experience playing this, I actually had to do an extra 5 to 10 hours when I got to the final boss, because their stats were ridiculously higher than any other boss in the game. The achievement Masterful Development requires you to complete the Ultimate Talent Development Plan with every playable character. In case you don't know what this is, it's a board game. I guess you could compare it to Mario Party, but not really. Your character just goes through a board game, and you have to complete 3 years of this, which translates to 36 turns. And that's pretty much all there is to it. There's obviously fun stuff in there, like character interactions, but this is about the achievement. And if you're trying to rush through this mode as much as possible to get this achievement, the minimum time that I actually timed it myself, the minimum time that it is to beat a course with every character, one character, is about 10 to 15 minutes. And you may think that isn't bad, but you know what? There's 53 playable characters in this mode. And well, like I said, if each one takes about 10 to 15 minutes each time, you're looking at nothing but 8 to 9 hours of this board game. And like I said, it's really easy. It doesn't require anything to beat it. You just roll the dice, you go, and that's it. But the fact they make you play this game mode for 9 to 10 hours is kind of ridiculous. I mean, I've done this, I've talked to many people about this before, and people find this fun as like a casual thing to go and look at the interactions and whatnot. But when you have to play for 9 to 10 hours, you kind of have all these burned in your head and you kind of just get sick of it. Finally, we reached the last achievement, which is actually what helped me inspire to make this video. The Monolithic achievement. There are a set of achievements to S-rank all the casino games, Outlaw Run, Salmon Fishing, and the Monocub slots. However, the last casino game, called Treasure Hunter Monolith, is where this impossible achievement stems from. You have to get an S rank, just like the other casino games, on mean difficulty to get this achievement. Which, you know, doesn't sound too bad, since the other casino games take some getting used to, but they're not insanely hard. However, the game devs just kind of threw this one under the Burger King when it comes to difficulty. You have this giant grid in front of you. You have to match up the colors with each other in order to clear them from the grid. If you clear a set of blocks on the grid, everything around it will turn into a different color or a number, making it even harder. Underneath these blocks are prizes, and when you reveal these prizes, you get points. However, you can't undo your actions, and if a block is stuck on its own or just out there, it's impossible to recover from it. In order to get an S rank on this mode, you have to collect at least 5 fossils and 2 monocubs, as the monocubs are on a larger scale than the other fossils and they're worth double the points. But to make matters worse, every time that you restart, all of the rewards and prizes are in different locations, and the blocks on the grid are also been randomized as well. So this requires some crazy luck of placement of the prizes, plus a good mind to figure out what blocks will change the grid. On top of this ridiculous minigame, they also decided to put a time limit on, which adds even more stress to the player. It got so bad to the point where people had to make external programs in order to help figure out how to beat this game, as the devs made it legit almost impossible to beat this with an S rank. These programs have since been deleted for reasons that I don't know the answers to. However, in reply to this, people now use Excel spreadsheets in order to help them figure out how to S-rank this. The fact the community had to make programs and Excel sheets, plus that many people don't even know the existence of this achievement, proves that this achievement was forgotten and just brushed off by everybody, which explains why it only has a 1.5% completion rate, either due to strict luck or hours and hours and hours of grinding. But that's pretty much it. Thank you all for watching, and, subscribe for more Danganronpa content, as this is a Danganronpa channel. But yes, bye.